we're back, and y'all saw how excited I was. Or if you're just tuning in, very excited. Welcome to Bridging the Gap. I am Dia, and right now, such a great thing to introduce our next guest. We have from the Yancey Media Group, Jonathan Taylor and DJ Butter. DJ, next time you come here, we need some tables set up for you. You know, if we had DJs in the building, I need you working for us. Welcome to the show. Thank you guys for coming down. Thank you. So, all over, the internet, we start hearing about this upcoming project, and we're going to jump right into it. The Rebirth of Detroit. Where did the name come from? First off.
Well, actually, I'm born and raised in Detroit.
Okay.
And I knew J.dilla. I've been here when Detroit had millions of people living here, a bustling economy.
Okay.
And when people could drive, a lady could be at a bus stop and a person could ask her if she need a ride. And a man, she had no fear of him. And we loved each other as people here. And, I've seen us go through some good and bad times, and I felt like with J.Dilla's music being world renowned and him being an iconic figure, that his music could be the soundtrack of putting our city back together one step at a time through the efforts of the artists' creativity of music, as well as the youth and the more experienced rappers, as well as the community getting behind his music. I felt like we could actually do something from within to make our city better. We get a lot of what Detroit needs, but you never hear about the natives and what their role should be in putting Detroit back in the state that it should be. So I felt like with his music and with the painstaking efforts of Ms. Yancey, going through estate issues and things that were going on in life, that his music could be a template for what we need for the city.
Now, you know what's strange? I moved out of the city in like '04, and when I went down to Atlanta, I had so many people, like, before I could even open my mouth up about what it was I did, the moment I mentioned that I was from Detroit, they're like, "Oh, Dilla," and I'm like, I felt so bad because at the time, I was so just caught in mainstream, so
Right.
I didn't know of his work. Or so for those who aren't familiar with Jdilla, let's get them. Let's put you up on game.
I would like to say that J.Dilla is in the same, he needs to be said in the same breath as Jimi Hendrix, John Coltrane, Aretha Franklin, the Beatles, and Michael Jackson. He is an iconic hip-hop producer that's world-renowned from Switzerland to Cologne to Germany, and unfortunately has not been known as much as he should in the city of Detroit, but he fought the fight of 500 people to get world-renowned by himself with the help of some people. But it's unfortunate that it's a posthumous project, which he passed in 2006. But his music is timeless and ageless. I would say that he is one of the top 3 producers of hip-hop in history. His peers have said that, from Pete Rock to DJ Premier to the RZA. Got my Wu-Tang pen on for the RZA. But just to say, we're talking about somebody that needs to be put on the mantle of greatness for the city of Detroit. And that's why this is a life-defining moment, and works for me to get this done for the city and for J.Dilla and his family.
Now, what is the Rebirth? Is it a CD? Is it a documentary?
It's going to, excuse me, I'm not a great voice today, but hopefully the passion will come through in spite of that. It will be music, 100% exclusive production of him, unreleased tracks over the landscape of all the greatest MCs and singers in the city of Detroit, like Monica Blair, Danny Brown, Esham, legendary, Big Tone, Tarak, Amp Fiddler. We're pulling all the strings of all of our great talent, wealth of talent here, and we're going to show how much we love this young man for the world to see, because as you know, the world listens to Detroit music, and this is going to be the template to what I think a trumpet and call for the city to get back together and do the things we need.
Beautiful. DJ Butter, now, when you listen to Dilla's music and you listen to a number of the producers of today, you hear how big of an influence he was.
Yes.
Who are some of the people that you think, we don't want to put them on blast, but when you hear them, it's like, oh, I hear so much Dilla in them.
basically, I mean, Kanye West is one of
Yeah.
them. You know, it's just his whole swagger. Pharrell from the Neptunes. I mean, it's a lot of. It's bigger than even just the hip hop. I mean, he was just a musician. You know.
Okay.
And his whole, the way he carried himself, it was in the same tone as you know, he repped Detroit so heavy. I mean, it was like in a Smokey Robinson way, but you know, in his own Detroit fashion. You know, and that's why I'm here today. Because as I listened to JD, even this morning taking my wife to work, I kind of dropped a tear because you know that was my people. You know, same way with the whole essence of Detroit hip hop, and that's what we're here for. Is to really just try to show the world that you know he meant, you know, more than just money. He was just, you know, a global iconic figure for, you know, for Detroit and, you know, the whole global hip hop, you know, that type of thing, you know.
You know what I think is so, it was cute when I first started working with the family, and we're very active down in Atlanta when it comes to, you know, J.Dilla, and then even supporting like the lupus walks and stuff. But I remember when I first started working with them, I was like, oh my goodness, I felt bad that I didn't know as much as I did, because
And you should.
because
No.
seriously, those that are fans have such a love for Dilla that is, I really have not seen that, you know, since like Tupac, you know.
Well, the reason is music is timeless. MCs can rap about trends and what's going on at the moment, but music is something. If you listen to something by Thelonious Monk, or if you listen to something by Jimi Hendrix, I named him, their music can last for a lifetime, and we feel that J.Dilla is one of those people. He needs to be put into the template of greatness, and what we made a mistake with is Detroit has such a wealth of talent that we take for granted just how great it is here. The world has always listened. We just have to get to the point where we love and respect each other, to the point that when we go out of town and get all of this love, that we understand the reason we're getting it is because of who we are here. We have to build our self-esteem and love each other. It needs to come a point where a Detroit person, or one of those people that state, I love New York, but I can't wait to be home. Or you want to hear your people speak highly and positive about their city as if you hear other people doing. And we've had such losses in terms of manufacturing, and a lot of people have lost their lives in so many different ways through the hip-hop community, as well as economic conditions, that we want to take a positive with this man's music, and we want to turn around and right the wrongs of what's been going on in a lot of different ways. And this is, like I said, a very important time for his family, for our city, and there's no better artist that could do this, because no matter how you feel about each other in a lot of different ways, when you hear his music, it will pull everybody together. And that's what we're hoping his music will do. We know it will do that, and that's where we at.
Now, y'all know I have to ask this. As far as, you know, I know we're going to wait to hear the project and stuff, but now, will he have any verses on there?
You have to understand,
Come on,
we
tell
have
me.
to keep it under hats for one reason.
Okay.
With him being deceased, we have to treat his work sacred.
Yes. Yeah.
So with that in mind, we keeping it as confidential as possible,
right.
because it's not something that we can get his authority over. So we have to do the very best that we can with all the people that's working on it. We do understand the brevity of what we're doing. Okay. All right.
Absolutely adore that. So now we have to wrap up, but before we get out of here, let's get some contact information, and also, well, you know what? Let's start with that. Let's get contact information for you all.
For
You're on
me, you
Twitter.
can do Twitter.
Follow
Yes,
him.
I love Twitter too. Twitter is a beautiful thing. Taylor_Jonathan.
Okay.
Keeps you up to date. And I just want to thank the people that's been really helping with this. I call him Barry. Everybody know him as DJ Butter, but he wears two hats. He's great with the media. He's great with character, and great history. And we couldn't have got this far without him, so I'm glad he's up here. And we got Miss Yancey, for her to allow us to open up the vault and do this for her. We really appreciate that.
We love
And
you,
that's it.
my dukes. Okay, and DJ Butter?
I am DJ Butter on Twitter, And I just want to say thank you to Detroit hip hop. It's our time through all the struggle. You know, it doesn't take for us to die to be great, and that's what this project is. It's for Blade Icewood, it's for Proof, it's for By 10, you know, all my friends that passed in hip hop, and Jonathan Taylor's the perfect guy for the job. It's no nonsense, and you know, we're just trying to bring black business back in Detroit, and just really for the world to see, you know, our heritage and what you guys doing here with R.J. Watkins. I've been, you know, a fan of R.J. Watkins since I was a fetus, so yeah, for real.
Yes. Well, we're very, 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 you know, happy to have you all here. We would definitely like to have you all back as soon as possible, like as soon as possible.
We got a video on the way, so you know,
okay.
yeah, with Esham, one of the first Detroit successful guys here.
Legendary Esham.
And this is a video from
the J.dilla project.
Really?
Yeah.
So the project is complete. Like
No, we didn't say that. But what
so if I could sing, like, can I maybe? I can't sing, but
well, that's what's keeping us in the house, because a lot of people have started singing and emceeing for the project. So
really,
yes. Well, it should be that way, because that lets me know that people know just how great this project is going to be. This project is going to be the beginning of some great things for our city. Music is going to be the soundtrack for what we feel our city needs to be in a respected way across the world. And we know the world is listening, and J.Dilla has already set the template for the world to listen.
All right. Well, we thank you all again so much for coming down here. We appreciate you all so much for tuning in, and make sure you tune in next week. This is Bridging the Gap. I am Dia, and my mama's somewhere around here. So y'all please tune in. This is TV 33 WHPR. Bye-bye.
You're watching UHF TV 33, Detroit Highland Park.